Welcome back. This is the third and final lesson of P3, and today we will be doing sum and difference of cubes and also factoring by grouping. So sum and difference of cubes as well as factoring by grouping. Okay, so before we start, you're going to need the formula for sum and difference of cubes. So I'm going to show you and go ahead and pause it and copy it. All you're doing is copying the sum and difference of cubes. So go ahead and pause it and copy it right now. Okay, so I'm going to go over an example. Example 1 is going to be x cubed minus 1,000 y cubed. So the most important part of sum and difference of cubes is that you have to remember the formula. And if you look at the formula, there's two different ones based on the sign. So since it's a minus right here, I'm going to use the formula u cubed minus v cubed, and that equals u minus v u squared plus uv plus v squared. Sorry if I went into the steps. Okay, so if you're looking here, the first thing I want to figure out is what is u. And u is going to be the cube root of u cubed. And then I also want to figure out what v is. And once I know those, I just plug it into this formula. So if I look, x cubed is u cubed. So therefore, if x cubed is u cubed, that means x is u. So that means u is x. If I look here, 1,000 y cubed is v cubed. So that means v, if I cube root v cubed, that's v, and if I cube root 1,000 y cubed, that would be 10y, because 10y times 10y times 10y is 1,000 y cubed. And from this point, I literally just plug into this formula. So since it's u minus v, it will be x minus 10y times, well, u squared, since u is x, it's x squared, and then plus u times v, so x times 10y, I'll simplify later, plus v squared. So v squared is 10y, so it's going to be 10y, and I'm going to square that. So make sure, that's very important, that you square both the 10 and the y. And then if I simplify it more, it'll be x minus 10y times x squared plus 10xy. We usually write the number in front, plus, and then the 10y squared is 100y squared. And that's it. This is actually the answer. Whatever you do, don't multiply it back, because if you multiply it back, you'll end up at the original problem, which is not what we're supposed to do. We're factoring. All right, then the next problem we're going to do is factoring by grouping. Okay, so the example 2 is factoring by grouping. And I will give you a problem. This will look really similar to the diamond problem. So I have 2x cubed plus 16x squared plus 3xy plus 24y. Okay, so if I look at this problem, I know I can't really FOIL because I have 4 terms. Everything we've worked with has been either 2 or 3 terms. So when I factor by grouping, it's a lot like the last step in your diamond problem. So if you look, when I factor by grouping, I'm going to group these two, and I'm going to group these two. And the goal is to factor something out so the parentheses are the same. So if I look here, the common factor is 2x squared. And what I'm going to be left with is x plus 8. And in order to check yourself, maybe you want to multiply it back to just check. So 2x squared times x is 2x cubed, and 2x squared times 8 is 16x squared. If I look at the other one, it looks like my common factor is 3y, And hopefully if I did this right, the parentheses will become the same. So 3y times x is 3xy, and 3y times 8 is 24y. So if I look inside the parentheses, it's the same. So which means I can put it in two parentheses where one of them is x plus 8 and the other one's whatever is on the outside, which is 2x squared plus 3y. And that is factoring by grouping. So we've done both examples. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the YouTube video and go ahead and go do the Google form. And good luck.